Hi everyone. So this is quite an ad hoc live session. So as spoken on the weekly market analysis on I think from a couple of days ago, we have been saying that I'm going to do a midweek market review on this coming Wednesday. So all right, here is it, the midweek market review. So sorry for the life is quite rushed. All right, the life is quite rushed. So uh let us jump to the market. All right, if you guys can see me, can hear me, let me know. Give me a yes. Just put on a comment below. All right, appreciate that. Okay, so today is Wednesday. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, all right, let's jump to the market. All right, all right. All right. Yes, thank you for responding. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Okay, it's finally here. All right. Okay. So let us have a look on this Euro Aussie. Okay, so Euro Aussie on H4 last week. I believe that I have mentioned that the market overall trend is still up because we still did not see any significant confirmation for sell. And at here, what do we see is that market is actually retesting market is actually retesting these two level at here. All right, these two level at here. So for my mastermind students, you guys know these are our swing points that we have been looking for. And on H4, what we can see at here is that the market is actually in a very obvious sideways condition. So whenever we have a sideways market, there are only two possible outcomes. The first is that the market is going to reverse. That's why the market need to undergo some sort of sideways movement. The other outcome is that the trend is likely to continue. Okay, so but before we trade the sideways market, this doesn't mean that we can go for a sell trade, all right? Because we need to bear in mind that the overall trend of the market is still on the buyers. All right. So if we pay attention into details, okay, let me just illustrate this sideways movement for you. So the market is actually responding to this support zone here, meaning that we are seeing rejection at this support level. Okay, so but this, if we are going to look for a buy trade, and if you look on H1, I need market to break this level in order for me to have a very solid buy trade. But I will still would I'm not going to go for a sell trade, all right? But I will just wait for a buying opportunity. It's either market break up here, and then when market retest, only we go for a buy trade with the very safe target take profit at the previous high level, because we know that the market is in a sideways movement. All right, so this is most likely to happen. Okay, so this is the first condition that we can assume. Or the next is that we wait market to do a deeper pullback to this support zone. All right, so I'm not going to say the market is going to pull back here, but what we do is that we just wait for the setup to happen. So this is quite a boring pair for this week. All right, whenever market is in a sideways condition, the movement has been slowed down, and this is quite boring. All right, so if we look on the next pair, the pound yen, all right, the pound yen has actually dropped because market, if we look on the H4, what did the H4 do? All right, the H4 overall is an uptrend, but market failed to create a new high level after here, meaning that these are the highest level that market has created. And if we respect to the previous higher low was here, okay, and if we only focus on the most recent market structure, which is here, the most recent market structure, which is here, what we can see is that the market is keep on doing the lower low, and also lower high, meaning that we are in a temporary downtrend, but this downtrend is quite near to this support level. Okay, so let us zoom to the H1 chart and see is there any trade that we can go in right now. Okay, so on the H1 chart, what we see is that market push down and pull back, and market is going to do another push down here. And what we see is that market is in a downtrend on the H1 chart. So we can see at here is that market has created a level here, retest the level, and there is a bearish pin bar here. And what we can do is that we can either wait for market to retest this level and we go for a sell trade here. All right, we can wait for market to retest this level and we go for a sell trade here. All right, I wouldn't sell here because it's somewhere at the middle, because when we want to sell, we always want to sell at the highest point, and whenever we want to buy, we just want to buy at the lowest point. All right, so this is for the pound dollar. Let us have a look on this Aussie dollar. On Aussie dollar H4 chart, all right, most of the dollar pair are in a sideways movement. This is what I can see. They are between these two levels. All right, so on the dollar chart, on this Aussie dollar, what I can see is that the market has actually did a very nice formation of a temporary downtrend, and this is the neckline. All right, so okay, let me remove this. All right, so if this H4 candle, if this H4 candle managed to close below this zone, meaning that the H4 candle does not close above here, is rejected at this neckline, because this is a level where the H4 was trying to break and was not able to break, and when breakthrough, the market is going to retest here. So if this H4, there is still another 3 hours to this candle closure. So if this H4 is not able to break above, I'm going to go for a sell trade with a very safe take profit at here. All right, so this is my call for Aussie dollar. And for the New Zealand dollar, on the daily chart, we can see that the market has actually broken the structure of the uptrend. And the market started to create what? Market started to create okay, this is supposed to be a higher low, because if we are going to set the replay here, we can see that this level here was supposed to be the higher low level here, and market is going to break up higher if the uptrend is still valid. But what happened was this higher low was failed to hold, and the market has been creating low and lower low. This become an initial of the downtrend, and this previous higher low was broken, and this has become a lower low. So for the New Zealand dollar, what I can expect is that I'm going to wait for market to retest this level again, and I'm going to look for a sell trade. All right, I'm going to wait for a sell trade for the New Zealand dollar. All right, so for the gold, this week, I'm going to keep in view because of the massive drop yesterday. So we just wait for a better signal. If we are looking on the daily chart, the market are still in a very strong bullish trend. All right. The same goes to the H4 chart. If you're looking on the H4 chart, the market are still in a very strong bullish trend. It's still somehow supported by this bullish trend line. All right. So what we do is that we can see that the market has created a level here. So if the market pull back to this level, we can go for a buy trade. But this is very big movement, is about 500 pips. So be careful if you are trading with gold. All right. So on the dollar yen, I believe that last week I did mention on a sell trade here because of we see that the market has broken the support and retest the resistance level. But if we are looking at this part at here, we see that market has created this level. All right, this is a very nice rejection level, but this level was not able to hold during the second retest. Okay, so the trend might be back to uptrend. So for this dollar yen, I will still keep in view until we have any further update. All right, because if we put on our trend line, the dollar yen has just broken the daily trend line. All right, if the today's candle is able to close above this level. So for dollar yen, I'm going to keep in view. And for the euro dollar, market is still in a very strong bullish trend. All right. So as I mentioned many times in my sharing session, do not ever go counter trend. All right. We always respect the market trend. Okay. So this is the next zone that we are going to look for a buy trade. Somewhere around 125.479, somewhere around here. All right. Previously, I was mentioning that this zone we can look for a buy trade. So now the market has broken the previous high, and we are waiting for market to pull back to this zone, and then only we place our order for the next buy trade. So for the pound yen, what happened in the pound yen is the market is still in a very strong bullish trend. All right, so whenever if you are using trading view, or no matter you are using a trading view or the MT4, so in order to prevent you from doing counter trend, just draw an arrow to indicate that, oh, market is now doing an uptrend. So what should I be looking for is that I'm going to look for a buy setup instead of sell setup. So this can be preventing you from going trend trading to counter trend. All right. So this one, I do not see is there any good buy signals here unless market retest this level. All right. We just wait for market to retest this level. All right. So for Euro Aussie, yesterday I did an entry on sell at here. Oh, sorry, I think it's somewhere around here, but I just got stopped up. All right. And because of the reason, I was seeing that the market is in a very nice downtrend formation, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I was expecting that there are going to be a sell setup at here and also this sell setup at here. But what happened was that the market has actually broken the uptrend trend line and created a new high level. This is on the daily chart. All right, so on daily chart, we can see that the market has actually created a new level at here. And on the H4, we can see that the market has broken up the trend line. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to wait for market to retest this trend line, and then I'm going to look for a buy signal on my lower time frame. So this is for the Euro Aussie. So we can see a better picture now. Downtrend, trend line was broken, pull back. So I'm going to wait for a buying confirmation on this Euro Aussie. So let us look on this pound Aussie. So on the pound Aussie on the H4 chart is quite choppy. All right. But what I can see is that if you are looking at here, this is still a downtrend, but it's very dangerous for you to sell here. Okay. So if we go to the H1 time frame, we can see that the trend line is actually broken and the nearest SNR is at here. So we can actually just wait for the pullback and go for a sell trade. So we only trade when market show us a very nice pullback and the sell setup. All right, we do not sell at here and we do not buy at here. All right, please bear in mind on this thing. Okay, so this is my midweek review. So oops, look like this pound dollar not really pull back. All right, so on this Friday I'm going to have one more live session. So this live session is a bit special. So if you want to learn on how can you reduce your risk and how can you maximize how can you maximize your trading profit or your trading income? So okay, this is nothing to do with technical, all right? It's something special for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put a reminder later on this Friday live session. So I'll be showing you how can you actually reduce your risk to 50% and maximize your reward or your trading profit by 100% without any technical knowledge. All right. So I'll be sharing more with you guys on this Friday. So I'm going to set the reminder later on. So please stay tuned with our Facebook updates and also please make sure that you attend the session on this coming Friday. Okay. So guys, thank you for having me here. I see you guys again on Friday night. All right. Goodbye.